So I heard one of the guys I watch on YouTube quite a bit, because not just being on YouTube, but I watch it. I watch Uncle Tony. He was saying that he was having a hard time getting some Dorman products, which used to be on the shelf at all kinds of auto parts stores. Various sizes, stuff, keys. They still make some things out there, but they're more into general parts. This is parts of an old plug kit here. These are the ones that you bolt on, which almost nobody uses, but those are separate because the regular Dorman plug kits came here to die and get re-put in these. I started this about 7 years ago, but generally in our shop here, I started having problems getting things by size 40 years ago at the parts stores. They wanted to just get rid of the catalogs. And part of it too with freeze plugs, soft plugs, is they started around 15-ish years ago selling kits that are for a specific engine. So you go in, you order the one for a specific engine. The guys at the parts store know what that is. They give you a bag, which may or may not have the right things in it. Half the time it doesn't. But anyway, buying them by size has become really strange. And we organized these just like we did a lot of our stuff. And here is the big one. If we go to... where is 3/4? We got every 64th. Did I grab the wrong? Well, it should be in between here. 5/8. This is good for, there we go,
yeah.
back. Okay, so we would have the 1 3/4, 1 3/4. And while we're here, might as well notice on these plugs if people are into them. And that's another reason for, in our situation, gathering up multiples of them. And they make these really up into 5 and 6 inches, but you almost never see them. And we've got a few oversized ones. You see those in gearboxes and stuff. So these are not just used in automotive, since we do industrial, but they come in different heights. They're not all the same. We organized them by diameter, as in this is 3/4 and 1 3/4, because we can't afford to put drawers in here for everything. But these are cup plugs, and they call them freeze plugs because of the idea where people had seen that some of these, when blocks had frozen, this plug had pushed out, stopping the block from breaking. So it came up with the name of freeze plug. The original name and the real intention of them is for plugging a hole where the core goes through, which is the part that keeps the iron out of the inside of the block, so that when they're cast, it's part of the process. You need a hole there to hold the piece that keeps the metal from pouring inside. They clean up the hole, and in fact, there's special drill bits made for drilling out cores, core holes. You drill it out, and then these are just a cheap way to plug the hole, is what it's originally about. These are soft plugs, also called cup plugs. They come in different depths. They're a little bit bigger than what the diameter is. So this at 1 3/4 will be somewhere between 5 and 20 thousandths bigger than what it's supposed to be for the hole. This one here is probably 20 thousandths bigger because it's tapered a little bit. So it would be quite a bit bigger on the top. This one here that is more straight-sided, there's a little taper, but it's not as much. This one's probably measured out about 5 thousandths bigger. They're not all the same, and some people suggest putting sealer on them, some don't. I'm not going to get into that argument. This is a Welch plug. Welch plugs are another type of core plug. And the Welch plug, this will measure smaller than the hole it goes into, because they make the hole to the right size. You set this in the hole, then you pound on the middle and it expands it out so that it locks around the outside and seals. And then when you go to take this out, one way is somebody will either drill a hole or weld onto it and then use a slide hammer or bar or something to pull it out. The other way, which you can't always do, it depends on what's inside underneath it. The other way is you keep pounding it further in so it inverts and rolls back the other way. Then you can pull it out. But if there's too much of a ridge in here on the hole, sometimes there's a big ridge, you won't get it to turn around and come out and you'll tear up your hole. So it helps to know what it's in, but sometimes you just take a guess. And they don't see any of our really big ones here. I don't know why they have holes in those. Probably was an orifice for something. And we've organized a whole bunch of other stuff. Like I say, I started doing that. I started in earnest trying to get everything that we needed possibly for us. We're not trying to be a warehouse or a store for other people, but because we're a machine shop, We have to build something, make a product work for somebody in a short time a lot of times. We have every standard numbered O-ring. That one, I managed to fill them out. They're actually full all the way through, all of the ones that are standard in inch sizes. We didn't get all the metrics, but we have a few metrics. Another one, these are impossible to get at your local bearing store. Very common, standard part, but nobody wants to stock them. And they're wonderful. You recognize them from automotive, but the automotive ones are a little different size than these. These, while they're sometimes used in automotive, they're normally more for industrial gearboxes. Anyway, lots of stuff, not trying to show everything. I just thought I'd real quickly point that out, that we had plenty of the 1 3/4. And Tony, I mean, I understand, you don't want to go over 20 miles. We're 3,000 miles away or whatever we are. We could have been here to help. Anyway, hope everybody has a good day. Bye.